unbelievable treat for some of the sailors out there, with the local wildlife paying them a little bit of a visit. And visit in the studio here, we've got Sam Matson, race expert. He's normally sitting behind us, but he's joining us on screen today to answer us a few questions. But tomorrow we've got a real treat for you. Charlie Enright, the skipper of Vestas 11th Hour Racing, he's not on the boat for this leg. However, his loss, our gain. He's going to be joining us live via Skype. So if you've got any questions for Charlie, you can send them in the comments below in this show, or better yet, join us tomorrow live and you can ask him yourself. But back to today, let's take a look at where we are with the race right now with the virtual eye and see how the race is unfolding. And it is all about the light winds. Everybody really being punished, with Sun Hunkai Scallywag struggling at the back, just a little way ahead of them and looking a little bit more healthy is Team Brunel. Then we come into that front pack of 5. Setting themselves up on the western side, Turn the Tide on plastic. Vestas 11th Hour Racing, Akzo Nobel, Dongfeng Race Team and Mafre more towards the east. And lately, over the last few hours, it's certainly been the eastern side that has paid so far. But for the moment, the computer is saying that Kafari's team, Turn the Tide on Plastic, is in the lead. So, Sam, for fans of Turn the Tide on Plastic, what are we hoping for? What do they need to do to hold on to it?
Well, the key thing is the doldrums are really, really difficult to predict. You know, the wind is all over the place. It's very, very light. But ultimately, there is a key strategy. And if we take a look at the route going forwards, the key strategy for the boats is to just try and keep pushing north. If we play forwards a little bit more, you'll see exactly why. We've got this band of pressure sort of just north of this line where you start to experience northeasterly trades. So as we move forwards in towards this band, it'll be the boats that get in towards that pressure first, start reaching towards Hong Kong, that can really start to accelerate forwards. That's the key part of the game at the moment. That's what all the boats are looking to achieve. And playing forwards, we'll just have to see what happens with the local effects at the moment.
So it gets better for them, but right now we do know that they are struggling, and don't take our word for it. Just before we came on air, we caught up with Nick Dana and got his take on what's happening out on the racecourse.
It is very light right now. It's pretty much been just oily glass as far as you can see for the last 6 or 8 hours. And we've been kind of tacking back and forth with Mapfre and Dongfeng, a little bit further up to weather. So it's very close, but very slow.
I'm guessing quite frustrating as well for you guys right now to see the fleet so close, but just not really having the means to pull away.
You're having big losses to the guys up to weather of us, but then we have our time as well. We're going to have to deal with the doldrums at some point in this race. We got lucky in leg 2, and now we're kind of paying for it.
Without giving too much away, can you just talk us through some of the things that you are doing to try and keep the boat moving forward?
At this point, when there's really no wind at all, it's just trying to keep weight in the front of the boat, to leeward, try and keep a little bit of heel on, and try and keep the sails set as best you can, and be ready for the puff that comes. If you can be ready for that, then you can gain. You can get a little bit of rudder going and get going in the direction you want to. But it's 40 degrees and tough to concentrate all day when you're just cooking alive. Give
us an idea as to how close the race is at the moment where you are.
Oh, it's very close. We have 4 boats within sight, and we can read the name on the sails of Dongfeng and Akzo Nobel, and we can see Mapfre's red sails out in the distance, and we can see Turn the Tide below our line, just behind us, and they've been going really well. So it's definitely close, and a little nerve-wracking at times because we're all trying to get an edge right now before the trades fill in, but we just got to wait.
A wait, and a long wait indeed. We know that they're going to be out of the breeze for at least 24, maybe 36 hours. 48, you reckon?
Possibly 48 hours, yeah.
Okay, well,
hard to predict.
We're trying to use this time to good effect, so certainly the OBRs are. Now, you guys have been asking a lot about the drones on board, how it is that they get them off. What we can tell you is that they are the DJI Phantom 4 drone, and launching them, well, there's no special skill involved. This is one of the footages that came in just a few moments ago. And just have a little look at this. This is Ugo, our onboard reporter, supported with Mafre, and really it's just about holding the thing, powering it up, and then setting it off. But we do love it when they take the time to launch it because we get some unbelievable images. But Sam, I mean, the images that we're seeing right now, this is the doldrums. This is perfectly displayed.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look at those conditions. It's glassy. Every little puff of breeze, every bit of boat speed you can squeeze out is really going to make a difference. This is the only time, really, in yacht racing where you could potentially do over 100% times faster than your competitors around you. You know, it really is a critical moment to be on your game. It's tougher than sailing in the big breeze, for sure.
Oh, well, I think that's, we've certainly heard some of the sailors say that, you know, at this point, looking back favourably to the 50 knots that they were seeing in the Southern Ocean.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, not moving is way more painful than moving fast and getting hosed whilst you're doing it.
Now this clip here, this came back in a little bit before. We can see a crew member there up the mast. Just talk us through what's going on.
So, looking for breeze. It's the highest point on the boat. It's where you need to be if you want to try and look out, see beyond the horizon, try and spot some clouds, try and spot some wind lines, and just try and direct the boat as to where you want them to go next to try and pick up the breeze and move forwards.
Well, it's certainly going to be an image that we're going to see a lot of. We are talking flat, calm seas, crystal clear waters. That's why we're getting such fantastic wildlife footage. But we know the sailors will be very, very pleased indeed when the breeze arrived. And don't just take our word for it. We were talking to Chen Zhonghao on Dongfeng race team just a few moments ago. Here's what he had to say about the frustrations on board.
When you're on deck, you see upside is very, very flat. Nothing you can see the wing from anywhere, but still have some breeze. Just sometimes the boat can touch and sail 2 knots fast the boat speed, but it's a terrible feeling. During the day or night, it's so hot. But the night is a little bit better because without the sun, the temperature is getting a little bit better. But still, when you can imagine when you have a time off, you get some rest. When you during the sleep, you still swim. All the clothing is wet. And the temperature is terrible. Actually, I don't like hot. I prefer cold lake. And this lake is, I think, is the hottest lake in the Volvo Ocean race.
And what about the rest of your crew? How is everybody else holding up in the heat?
Yeah, for sure. When you look at the position, you see you lost the first place. Everyone is not happy for us, but we are still believe we will succeed at the end. So for the moment, we just try to more patience and try to feel the wind where it come from to make the boat sail just a little bit more faster and keep moving forward.
And from your position on the race course at the moment, which one of your rivals are you most worried about?
My face in the windward side is more east. Because look at the weather forecast is the new pressure, the new wind will become from the east. So yeah, my face will be the one is we worry about a little bit more, and also at the front the snowball is we will try to get the pass between the Mafre and the Asanova.
Light winds, hot but unbelievably close racing right now at the front of the fleet. My thanks for Sam for joining me today. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the Race Experts Twitter feed. We can't plug this one enough. If you want to get all the expert knowledge about what's going on from, well, every basically hour you guys are tweeting out there, and you're updating the tracker every once in a while as well.
Every once in a while, whenever we see something significant happen on the race course, we'll update it.
All right, there you go. And speaking of things significant, tomorrow, Charlie Enright, the skipper of Vestas 11th Hour Racing, joining us live via Skype to answer your questions. So start sending them in and join us live tomorrow. We've got the quick fix in the morning and then the daily live 1300 UTC. See you then.